Hey Mike, Steve Payne here. Hope you're having a good day and thank you for taking the time to listen to this presentation of the opportunities that we could have in regards to implementing a new inventory management system. So as I get this, I'm going to go to slide 2, and basically the main thing to take away from slide 2 is more company growth equals more needs for technology. The chart has finance, sales, purchasing, it has distribution listed on it, all other services, inventory. All of that pertains to us because one way, shape, or form, every one of those sections apply to our current business model. So slide 3 is going to be, it says problem, but I mean, let's just say it's an area of opportunity. A better inventory management system is needed. Right now, we're currently doing manual spreadsheets. It's a very timely process, and there's a very high risk for human error, whether that be someone keying in numbers incorrectly, switching them, leaving them out, somebody keying something in, not saving it, so essentially they didn't do anything because all their work was lost. Moving stuff in the warehouse, but not moving it on the spreadsheet, so now we got inventory lost. I know we've had a couple areas of opportunities there in regards to having to change up our manufacturing processes for the day of how we're building our packs because we could not find stuff. And then, maybe about a week later, as you're looking for something in a certain bin and then you find this item that was supposed to be moved, but it was never moved in the system, but it was moved physically. And, now you're finding stuff and, if it's not expired, you can use it. But sometimes things, some of our items they have short expiration dates. So if you don't use them right away in the proper FIFO system, it's kind of like money lost. And not just to mention, things are getting lost at times from just not being able to have a more efficient and, a better inventory management system. So one of the solutions is a QuickBook Inventory add-on. This basically works with QuickBooks. You don't need anything else except for this software add-on, barcode scanning, serial lot traceability, and it should improve your inventory numbers. Basic functions. That's why you're going to see that it's not that much. It's not that much out of all these options. It's going to be the cheaper out of all of them. So it's about $19.40 a year for the implementation of that. The second option is going to be a little bit more in depth. It's a actual Fishbowl option. It's another software that we would buy that definitely integrates with QuickBooks. Doesn't do any of the finance aspects of it, but it does do the manufacturing process and helps streamline all of that. It is a true MRP system, not to be confused with ERP. It is MRP, and basically that means it is a department specific. It's over manufacturing. Like I said, it doesn't do financing, so you still need QuickBooks. So with that being said, you're not going to pay for the inventory add-on. So it's about, you're not going to pay for the inventory add-on for QuickBooks, so you'd buy this software. And, you gain live tech support. Like I said, it actually can work alone without QuickBooks. So if QuickBooks crashes, you can still do your manufacturing process, but they have to communicate. If they don't communicate, you will never get your financial aspects of what you were looking to obtain as far as sales, invoices being sent out, things of that nature, because QuickBooks is still the financial backbone of the operation, whereas Fishbowl would be the manufacturing portion of the operation. Again, like I said, it's just department specific, and that's the big thing to take away from it, because it's not a one-stop shop. But it would get us through what we are needing to do. Like I said, it still has the barcode scan, serial lot traceability, improved inventory numbers as well. So it's got a couple extra features, and that's why it costs a little bit more. Now, third option, Sage implementation. Say bye to QuickBooks. You don't need QuickBooks. It has all the barcode scanning capabilities of the other two options. It has serial lot trackability like the other one. It should improve our inventory numbers, live tech support. Replaces QuickBooks, like I said, real-time updates for all departments, global platform to unify all company platforms. Can't emphasize that enough. All company platforms. Entities, I'm sorry, not platforms. So when I say that, what do I mean? Right now, at the current moment, we've got manufacturing facilities in Taiwan. We've got a couple of them in China. We've got some in the DR. We've got UK. We've got Netherlands. in the US. So with that being said, real-time updates, we see what our people are doing at all times. So 13-hour time difference, someone's asleep and we need numbers, we can pull that numbers because we have that data. It's all streamlined in Sage. You know, it's one of those deals where if we need to communicate with someone or send them something, we can look at those numbers, send them what we need to send them, boom, done. You know, it should make it easier. You don't have to go to two different systems to try to pull your data. So if you wanted to pull financial data for items, but you also wanted to pull manufacturing data and pull those two together, you basically would have to go, like with Fishbowl, you would have to pull two different reports, merge those reports, maybe do a VLOOKUP, and then you'll have to do a pivot table across the board and, you know, just sort it however you like. Now, if you get Sage implementation, Sage implemented, then everything's all together. This is the option that I would go with. So the next slide is basically the recommendation. You know, we have 20 million, we average 20 million a year in growth. That's a lot of inventory movement globally. It's cheaper than most ERP systems. It's around 35 grand. So it is more than the other two options, but it replaces QuickBooks as well, though. It is much cheaper than some of the other options for true ERP systems, which average around 150 to 750,000. Not to say it's not as good as those. It's not entry level, but it's just sometimes you're paying for a name on an ERP system. This would get us for what we need at the most economical price. So across the board, doesn't matter which process you go with or which option you go with, because it's going to be about $50,000 worth of equipment cost across the board as far as getting like scanners and stuff like that for our teams. And that's for all entities. Like I said, it streamlines the data globally, improves the order fulfillment process, which should lead to greater customer satisfaction and decrease in lost inventory. Those are big things because all of those could directly relate to whether a company is or is not successful in the business world. You know, we get greater customer satisfaction, they buy more, they come back to us. We fulfill their orders faster and more efficient. You know, that helps them out, word of mouth. Maybe we get more customers as we become bigger and bigger. You know, we're going to have our name out there, and we definitely want to make sure that we are doing the best we can and representing our company across the board in the best way possible. And like I said, decrease in lost inventory is a big thing as well, because, I mean, it's money lost. And the last thing we want to do is lose money. We're not in the business of losing money. You know, last I checked, you wasn't. So we're going to try to be as speedy and efficient as possible, and just put our name out there as one of the best high-class manufacturing facilities, or just companies in general for medical supplies. Excuse me. So, like I said, you know, we're continuing to send those reports out across the board, and, you know, and manually manipulating data, and it's hard to do, to be completely honest with you. Not that it can't be done, it just leaves our company up for a lot of risk of errors. And, you know, as I've gone through some of our years of our inventory counts, cycle counts, and things of that nature, seems like a lot of this could have been, you know, taken care of, some of the inventory lost across the board. You know, I mean, it seems like it could have been prevented if we actually would have looked into this a little bit sooner. Like I said, it should... we should start to see more accurate inventory numbers pretty quickly as well. So I'm going to go back to slide 2, which, like I said, if you take a look at that, that is what this is. That's Sage. So I pretty much put it on slide 2, but I didn't want to reference it a whole bunch as is Sage because I just wanted you to see it, and I didn't want to say anything really too much about Sage until we got to that third recommendation option. But I also put in there, I mean, you know, Second Cup Coffee Company, that's a company that got Sage implemented for them, and they actually were able to grow into one of Canada's largest franchisers of specialty coffee. I mean, so I think that's great. There's a lot of success stories that I've seen in regards to this, the implementation of this actual software. And the big thing is it unifies all our data. And I mean, obviously we want our data as fast as possible, and don't really like to have a lot of time gaps and things of that nature in regards to our data, because, you know, when we're not doing things as speedy and efficient as we could, you know, that's money lost for time. We can't get that back. So again, I hope you enjoyed all of this. I just wanted to take a little bit of your time to go over everything with you very quickly, just so you have an idea of where we stand in regards to this. And I hope that you can take this data and it's enough to actually help you make a well-educated decision as to which route you would want to go. I mean, like I said, I would recommend the Sage implementation option, but again, you may prefer the Fishbowl option because it's a little bit cheaper. But just remember that the Sage option is a little bit more expensive, but you get what you pay for. You get a whole lot more services, and not only do you get a true ERP system, but you get a software that helps unify us globally across the board for real time data. So again, thank you for taking the time to listen to this, and I look forward to hearing what you think about everything. Have a great day.